G'day folks, this is Raymond Foster. Hope you're doing great. I'd like to talk about in this video a recent situation I think we can all learn from, we can take a positive note from moving forward, and without further ado, let's jump straight into the subject. Recently, I was a victim of some anti-white abuse. Now, the reason? I happened to witness somebody being extremely anti-white. No blame to this individual, but they were acting out from the anti-white narrative, and they were hurling abuse at an innocent white person. So they were being actually very anti-white, very abusive, acting in a very disgusting manner. Now, I butt in. So this individual, this anti-white, was essentially hurling abuse and anti-white slander and attacks, etc., towards just an innocent white man who was just minding his own business. A nice, compassionate, gentle, good-hearted, innocent, elderly white man, an old man, just walking his dog on the beach in the morning, minding his own business. Okay? So, what can we learn from this? Number one here, well, this is evidence that within the anti-white narrative, due to the perpetuation of hatred of innocent members of Western kind, hatred and pretext and lies told about the so-called evils and wrongs of the white race in the past, etc. These lies, these things perpetuate, right, a justification, a moral justification within the anti-white narrative to literally attack random innocent white people simply on the basis of their race, an immutable characteristic that they have no control over. We didn't choose to be born the race we are born. So the anti-white narrative is clearly allowing a justification, a moral justification within the minds of folk, which then allows them to lash out and hurl abuse and even physically attack innocent people simply for being white. And this here is evidence, this individual yelling at a random old man just walking his dog because he's a white man. Okay? So the anti-white narrative says it's okay to attack innocent white people. The anti-white narrative and anti-white say it's okay, it's good to literally molest and abuse innocent white children. Now, I jumped up, I cut this anti-white off, I interrupted and said, do you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of people talking crap about the white race. And so that distracted this anti-white from attacking this innocent, vulnerable, elderly member of the white race and directed their attention towards me. Now, they got up in my face and they said, oh, yeah, basically, oh, is that right? Is that right? And I just looked them in the eyes and said, yeah, that's right. I will defend my race. And so then this anti-white individual, okay, decided to lash out violently and punch me in the eye and punch my head into some metal bars. So my head ricocheted off some metal bars behind me on a window. Luckily the metal bars were there, otherwise my head would have gone through the glass, or at least smashed the glass. But as soon as this happened, I got punched in the eye, head bounced off the metal bars, I jumped straight up, I pointed at this anti-white, I said, you're lucky, you're a woman, and I don't hit women. I looked a man in the eyes, he started shaking a little bit because he knew straight away that he was about to get dropped. Because I don't hit women, but I'll bash your men. Don't worry, if you want to start on me, I'll get to you, don't worry. I'll mess you up by smashing your man, or your brother, or your dad. Right? In defense. Especially if he's there in the situation. So I just had to look old mate in the eyes And he started pulling his woman up straight away. Okay? Because I just looked at him and he knew he was about to get flogged. And I told him I've had enough. That, I'm sick of these anti-whites. I will continue to defend my race to the death. So people better stop thinking they can talk smack about my race. Now, something we can take from this situation is that the actual partner of this anti-white, after the matter, apologised on her behalf and even said that he was disgusted at how she was acting and that actually I am right. We do need to support white well-being, the well-being of all people, all races, no matter who they are. Even whites deserve humanity and respect and shouldn't be subjected to discrimination on the basis of their race. And this individual agreed that it was disgusting that this individual acted out in this anti-white manner and actually physically assaulted me. He said that was not on. And it I guess, opened his eyes a bit more to the fact that violence against innocent people is perpetuated due to lies in the anti-white narrative. Hatred of white people actually leads to innocent people not just being yelled at, not just being verbally abused, not just being discriminated, mistreated, belittled, but actually physically attacked and killed for simply being white. So, this situation is evidence that the anti-white narrative perpetuates violence, actual physical violence, against innocent members of the white race on nothing but the basis of their race. Elderly women and men are being verbally assaulted and even bashed and robbed and killed. Innocent white children, sons and daughters of Western kind, are being bashed, insulted, intimidated, robbed, molested, abused, and raped. Today, right now, for just being white children. This type of perpetuation of hatred, this anti-white narrative, and then the acceptance of this narrative, the acceptance, allowing people to just talk nonsense and perpetuate pretexts of hatred against our race, is literally leading to innocent people being harmed and discriminated against on the basis of an immutable characteristic they have no control over. Children are being molested and raped right now for just being white. Why? Because people are going around perpetuating the anti-white narrative, hurling abuse at innocent old white men. So what are the real heroes, what are real decent human beings doing? That's right. We're standing up and we're saying, I've had enough of hearing people talk smack about the white race. And when people get up in our face and they say, oh really, is that true? We stand up, or we look them in the eyes. We don't even have to stand up. We have that strong of a stance. We can stand on our asses. We can have a stronger stance and stand on a higher ground while we're sitting down. And I can look somebody in the eyes and say, yeah, that's right, I will defend my race. And then I'll take a hit for my race, for the innocent children who are being abused and molested right now for being white by anti-white scum. And I'll take that hit, and then I'll stand up and I'll say, you better look out if that's all you got, because I can hit a lot harder than that. And I can take hits a lot harder than that. My family, we get hit by cars running red lights and don't get bruises or scratched. And we smash up the windscreens, right? We're built strong. You think you can take me out? Good luck. You need an army. So this situation shows that innocent children, innocent elderly members of my race, innocent white people, members of Western kind, are being abused, all right? White erasure is being perpetuated, our culture is being stripped away, our norms are being destroyed, and white erased from us. Our future and the future of the generation that has come, the white youth around the world today, their whole future has been white erased and stolen from them because of a hatred which has been perpetuated against our race, and the normalization and the acceptance of this hatred, because nobody wants to stand up and be a real man or a real woman and do the right thing and protect the innocent and the vulnerable members of our community. Well, guess what? We're standing up. And even if I have to stand alone, and I have stood alone for a long time, I've had fights with 20 capable men that are good fighters, and not one of them could lay a hit. All 20 versus 1, just 20 people on me by myself. Not one of them could lay a hit. I've had to stand up by myself most of my life. And if I have to keep standing up by myself, I will. And I will fight to the end to defend the innocent members of my race, to defend innocent elderly, to defend innocent children. I'll take all the hits. Every time I get stronger and I can take more. And I'll continue to stand up and I will defend my people. Everywhere I go, I will quell anti-white hatred and I'll put an end to it. And I will normalize the love and support of my race. Even to the point where this individual, this partner, has himself in the past perpetuated violent acts of abuse against innocent members of the white race for simply being white. He still took my side against his own partner and told her that he was disgusted at how she acted anti-white in that situation. So my stance is so strong. I have people who in the past were violent anti-whites actually attacking innocent white people. So people who have a history of going out and mugging, bashing and harming innocent, vulnerable members of Western kind. Bashing, harming, robbing innocent white people for just being white. And this individual is taking my side and saying he's disgusted with how his own partner attacked me physically, assaulted me, punched me in the eye for being white, and not hating myself. Because that's the only thing that makes me stand up and defend innocent members of my own race. It's just a duty. I'm a capable man. That's my job. So if you're a capable man, you can take a punch, or you got 2 feet and a heartbeat. It's your job as a white man to stand up and take punches for innocent white children, white women, and white elderly folk when they are being victimized or abused or someone's having a go at them. It's your job, it's our duty as capable, strong men to stand in line, to stand in between and take the hits, take the bullets, take the stabs, whatever it is. That's what real men do. Okay? And so I have folk who were actually in the past anti-white themselves to the point where they were, again, no blame to them, they were raised and conditioned in a sick anti-white world, taught with the anti-white narrative, anti-white pretexts and concepts of hatred against the innocent members of Western kind. They were taught that it was a good thing to bash old white people and to abuse young white people, innocent white women, to rape and molest and abuse them. They were taught it's a good thing to do these things, to harm, to rob, to do all manner of evil against white people. It's good. Children are taught that this is good in school. Today, your children in primary school and in high school are being taught that it's good if a white woman gets raped because racism and white privilege. So it's actually it's not just okay, it's good. You should be going out of your way to bash and harm innocent white women and rape them because they're white. White equals evil, so you rape white woman equals you good. That's what's taught in school today. That's what's normalized on TV today. That's what's in all your magazines. That's on all your social medias. Every official government party perpetuates that as a normal, okay thing. Bash and rape the white woman, and that's good because white race is evil and they have to pay for the past. Everyone in the world's teaching that in the system because it's satanic filth. So I do not blame these individuals who in the past lashed out because this is all they knew. But if they continue to act in this manner when they've been shown the light, then they're scum anti-whites and I'll crush their skulls. Metaphorically. Wink, wink. But if once they have been brought the good news and they see the light and they hear the truth, that it is evil to perpetuate any type of violence or hatred against any group on the basis of immutable characteristics like their race. So any hatred against white folk is always wrong. Like this individual who actually in the past had committed actual physical violence against innocent white people. Now can turn around and say, actually, no, that's wrong. What I did was wrong. When people are doing it, it's wrong. It's disgusting. I can see now it's disgusting. We're all humans who deserve respect, even white people. White people aren't inherently evil. So doing wrong to innocent white people isn't good. It's disgusting. So people can turn around that much. The worst of the worst anti-whites can become disgusted in anti-white discrimination if you are able to make a wise, compassionate, articulated, powerful, strong stance like a hero of Western kind like myself. I've had everything taken from me, the corrupt system. Had my dog tortured, killed, had me thrown on the streets. I've been abused. I've been had all my property stolen by the government. I've had assassination attempts on my life, which were even proven to be covered up by local authorities. And I've had whole police stations shut down because they were trying to cover up assassination attempts on innocent members of our community. I've been a political prisoner for fighting for our rights and defending my race against racial discrimination and injustice. I've suffered and I've fought hard, and I will continue to fight. And I will show that if we are able to fight, we will win. So stand with me and let us create a new world.